Hi there. My name is Annie Carrick, and I work as a registered dietitian for USA Swimming. I'm here today to give a presentation regarding proper nutrition for young athletes. This is geared specifically towards young athletes, of course, but also parents and coaches. So, my goal here is really to provide more of an awareness and more education regarding the importance of implementing proper nutrition habits into your athlete's daily life. Okay, so oftentimes I get this question: what exactly is a balanced diet? Well, a balanced diet really should consist of proteins, carbohydrates, fats, vitamins, and minerals in different ratios, which I will provide later on. Um, and if you look to the right, you can see an infographic. It's from choosemyplate.gov, and this is basically recommendations provided by the government, backed up with really solid research regarding what a balanced diet should consist of. So if you look, there's half of the plate really consists of fruits and vegetables. So you want to make sure that you're getting your roughage and your fiber with that. If you look to the right of the plate, grains also makes up slightly more than a quarter of your daily intake. And with whole grains, or with grains in general, it's really important that at least half of those are coming from whole grains. And then, of course, we have our protein, which either you can get from plant-based or animal sources. And then, if you look up to the right, you've got your dairy. So, first, I will elaborate on protein. Protein is extremely important for young athletes because it assists in building muscle and muscle repair. So, 10 to 35% of your young athletes' calories should come from protein sources. For more intense training, you should aim for the higher spectrum of the 10 to 35%. You can find protein in animal sources and also many plant-based sources. So for animal sources, really anything: seafood, red meat, chicken, eggs, anything along those lines. For plant-based sources, you're going to want to look more towards legumes, nuts, seeds, and, as you can see, leafy greens. So if you're relying more on plant-based protein, you're going to want to make sure that you pair up two plant-based sources so that you can get a complete protein. Okay, so next we are going to discuss carbohydrates. So carbohydrates are the main source of fuel, both for exercise and for proper functioning of the brain. So we want to make sure young athletes are consuming good carbs. Here I'm referring to fruits, veggies, and whole grains, basically carbs that haven't been stripped of their fiber. Bad carbs, on the other hand, are processed and refined to the point that they no longer contain any fiber. This is a problem because fiber ordinarily serves to slow digestion and absorption of the sugars from carbs. When the fiber is non-existent, this then leads to a quick spike in blood sugar and a subsequent crash. So it is extremely crucial that young athletes are getting their fiber. It's recommended 20 to 30 grams per day. So next we have fats. Fats in general are misunderstood, and it must be stressed that it's an essential nutrient for many functions in the body. However, it is extremely important to consider where fats in the diet are coming from. So it's generally recommended to reduce saturated fats, which come from animal proteins, and to completely avoid trans fats. So trans fats are found in margarine, commercially baked goods, and also deep fried foods. So good fats to incorporate into the diet are monounsaturated fats, which come from vegetable sources, such as olive oil, peanut oil, and avocados. There are just a couple examples there. You can also have polyunsaturated fats, which are found in fatty fish, such as salmon. So it's generally recommended that 7 to 10% of your daily calories come from fat, healthy sources of fat. So I'm going to conclude with a few final recommendations. So in choosing produce, always try to eat the colors of the rainbow. This ensures that you are getting all vitamins and minerals. It's also recommended that you stick to whole, unprocessed foods as often as possible. I also recommend that you teach your young athlete proper eating habits and do whatever you can to involve them in the process and get them excited about the idea of eating healthy.